The Salford School St George's RC High has been saved, and I'm delighted to say that the celebrating head, Philip Harte, joins me now. Welcome.
Thank you.
Clearly you're delighted.
Absolutely delighted, yes. It's a culmination of a campaign that's lasted 3 years, and we're delighted with the decision.
Ever any moments of doubt? Because you were up against the full force of the local authority. Many appeals didn't go your way.
I said from day one this was a balmy plan. I said from day one we were going to win. It's been validated. I didn't have a great deal of doubts at all.
Well, the leader of Salford Council is Councillor John Merry, and he's issued a press release on the announcement of the decision, which begins, and it's quite strong. I cannot describe how disappointed I am by the adjudicator's decision today, which will have a devastating impact, Mr Harte, on the Building Schools for the Future programme for our Catholic school in Salford.
Well, it must be absolutely unique, and only Councillor Merry can feel disappointed at a good, successful, popular, oversubscribed school being saved from demolition. Unbelievable comment from Councillor Merry. He should be rejoicing like the rest of his community in a prospect that St George's is going to serve its community, hopefully for many more years to come. And astonishing.
Well, he's worried, as maybe some others are, that this promised £182 million for the Building Schools for the Future campaign now hangs in the balance, because part of it was the demolition of your school and the amalgamation of it with others. We
said right from the very, very beginning that the plan was flawed, and that they had to rethink the plan and recalculate the design for all the other schools. Salford City Council have consistently failed to come up with Plan B, and it is now their problem. It is terrible to put the guilt on St George's and set St George's against its community, against other schools. And what I want to say is St George's has consistently said that no other school in Salford should be closing. We haven't campaigned for any other school for it to be closed. We want to work willingly and collaboratively with all our schools and all our community.
Have you had any response from heads of the other schools involved, Harte Fold or the others?
I haven't had time, obviously, to speak to Anthony at Harte Fold, but we have a very, very good relationship. And many, many years ago, I spoke with the previous head of Harte Fold, and we talked about the possibility of having a joint federated school between the two. Not St George's taking over the school or anything like that. What Councillor Merry has said here is absolutely outrageous.
He's saying they're currently taking legal advice about challenging the decision. This might not be the end, Mr Harte.
Well, as far as I am concerned, the decision by the adjudicator is binding, and it's binding for a period of 7 years. If Councillor Merry wants to take further action, that's down to him, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think it is very, very poor that even in the face of an independent adjudicator, that he's still refusing to acknowledge that his plan was flawed.
It's a great victory for people power, many are saying, and hear to that. How did you do it? I mean, was it simply a dogged campaign, a war of attrition? Because many will be watching going, well, I disagree with the council decision, I'd like to emulate Mr Harte and his team.
Well, Mr Harte and his team, and it is a very, very big team, and I think that was the key to it. I had lots of pupils behind me, the community, the press, whatever it is. But we are very, very grateful for yourselves and the local press who have publicised the plight of the schools in a very dispassionate way and brought it to people's attention. And I think that has been very, very powerful in building forward a momentum that ultimately has been taken into account by the adjudicator. So many, many thanks for local television.
You're very welcome. We simply report dispassionately the stories that are presented to us. There's some very happy kids in your school and some very happy ex-pupils too, aren't there?
Very happy indeed today, yes.
Absolutely delighted. Mr Harte, thanks very much indeed for your time. Nice to see you again.
Thank you very much indeed.